I noticed that my uncle is acting strangely with my young sister and getting very touchy with her. So I reported it to my parents and now my mother is going nuclear. I noticed that my uncle, 49, has been paying a lot of attention to my sister, who is 14 years old. It's not just that he gives her more gifts or just prefers her, but whenever we show up at his house for a family event or just something similar, he always talks about how she looks and is always doing stuff like patting her lower back, rubbing her shoulders, or he'll grab her waist without warning. His gifts for her are also more expensive. It was fine at first. He was at my sister's birth and was one of the first to hold her, so she's always been his favorite to an extent and has always spoiled her, but it's like I blinked and he's suddenly acting like this. I don't know exactly when he started acting differently with her, but I noticed it a week ago, and we haven't been to his house since then. I've tried talking to my grandma about it, but she just brushes it off, and my parents are always too busy. I'm also scared of telling our other extended family because my grandma brushed me off the first time. What should I do? I don't want to just ignore it, but I'm also scared of telling anyone else in case I'm overreacting. Edit. I haven't talked to my sister about it yet, but I'm planning to do so later. We're at our grandma's house right now, and considering our grandma brushed off what I said, I don't want to cause too much of a fuss if she ends up hearing me bring it up again. I also plan to talk to our parents as soon as we get home. Update 1. I talked to my sister as soon as we got home from our grandma's, and it turns out she was aware that it was weird but liked it at first. She said that our uncle is nicer to her than our parents and that the gifts are nice. She said that she only started feeling uncomfortable when he began to touch her, but that, because she's been accepting all his gifts for her, she thought it might be rude to start saying no now. I asked her when it started, and she revealed he started touching her in that way when she turned 12. She said that he only did it when they were in her room and that was the reason why she has no locks on her door specifically. She also said that she was scared of telling anyone that his behavior weirded her out because both our grandma and aunt brushed it off when she was 12, saying that she's always been his favorite and that she was probably just misreading everything he was doing because she's a teenager now. I showed her your comments. She had never heard of the word grooming before, so she was pretty shocked and a little angry, saying that our uncle would never do something like that, but I managed to convince her to tell our parents about our uncle together, even if it was just to ask them to stop him from touching her. I've also sent texts to our parents about it, detailing that my sister is uncomfortable with how our uncle behaves with her. Still, our parents have yet to respond to any of the texts I've sent about our uncle and have just texted we'll talk about it when we get home. They're both working late today and won't be home by nighttime probably. Update 2. Our parents got home an hour ago, and my sister and I talked with them. In short, my mom was pissed, and my dad was surprised, but he also revealed something. It turns out that he knew our uncle had been acting weirdly with my sister but didn't do anything because he didn't think he'd ever try anything with his kids and that he thought he had changed. He said that our uncle had done something with one of my cousins a few years before my sister was born. My grandma was the one who caught him and got him into therapy. Our dad said that our grandma made our uncle promise not to do it again for them not to report him. Our aunt is also aware of this but, according to our dad, she said that our cousin had tempted him with how she dressed around the house. Our dad said that's why that specific cousin doesn't talk with the rest of the family. My mom apparently didn't know this, and they argued. She threatened divorce and a restraining order against his entire family if our dad didn't only tell our uncle to back off but also report him to the police. Our dad doesn't want to, and last I heard, he's calling our grandma. Sorry that this is a complete mess. I don't know what else to do, and I'm stressed out of my mind. My sister looks okay right now, though, so that is all that matters to me now. It feels like my life is falling apart because of our uncle, and at this point, I'm starting to feel like beating him up is the only way to fix everything. I know that it's not, and that's irrational, but I'm just so angry. I also mentioned telling the police or counselors at school, as you guys said, but she doesn't want to. She says she's embarrassed about it, and she said that they just blame her cause she let it go for 2 years, even though I told her that she didn't do anything wrong and was just scared. She wouldn't budge. Update 3. A lot has been going on and I've been a little out of my mind trying to remember everything so I could put it down here. In short, my mom and dad are divorcing, and my mom brought me and my other siblings, including my sister, back to her parents' house for the time being until it goes through. My mom's parents are really old, but they're fun, so my sister and other younger siblings like being here even though everything is a big mess right now. Nothing too big has happened, but I want you guys to know that my mom signed my sister up for therapy. I told our mom that my sister didn't want to tell the police or anything, and our mom planned to tell the police herself. Our mom is also trying to go through the restraining order, but it's taking a while, so she's trying for a temporary one until she can file a permanent one. Our mom and dad both worked full-time, but now that my mom is taking care of 5 kids by herself while working, she has been stressed out and tired. Her parents help, but as I said, they are super old and can't do much on their own. There is no information on our cousin since our mom is super swamped. I don't know what's been going on with our dad and his side of the family, but our mom told us not to worry and that she'll handle it.